Hi everyone! In today's video I'm going to show you how to crochet this super cute baby octopus pencil topper. It's a quick and fun project perfect for back to school by adding some personality to your pencils or even giving it as a gift. Let's get started! For this project you'll need some yarn. I'm using cotton yarn. This is a perfect project if you've got some leftover yarn laying around. You'll also need a crochet hook. I'm using a 2.5mm hook. In addition, you'll need a pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, some stitch markers, stuffing, 8mm safety eyes, and a little bit of black yarn for the details. We'll start by making a magic ring. Wrap the yarn around your index and middle finger, making sure the yarn crosses over itself to form an X. Then flip your fingers over and place the yarn under your pinky finger to hold it in place. Next, grab your crochet hook and go under the first strand of yarn. Catch the second strand and pull it under the first strand. Twist your hook slightly to create a loop. Then grab the working yarn, the one you placed under your pinky, and pull it through the loop on your hook. You can now remove the yarn from your fingers and gently tighten the yarn around your hook. And there you have your magic ring. Now you're going to make 6 single crochets into the magic ring. To make a single crochet, insert your hook into the ring, yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over again and pull through both loops on your hook. That's your first single crochet. I recommend placing a stitch marker into the first stitch of each round so you know where the new round begins. Now, just continue by making 5 more single crochets into the ring. Now you should have 6 single crochets inside your magic ring. Next, we're going to start round 2, but first we need to tighten the magic ring. Grab the yarn tail and pull it to close the ring nice and tight. The stitch marker shows us where each round begins, so now we can remove it. In this round we're going to increase, which means we'll place 2 single crochets into every stitch. Start by making 1 single crochet in the very first stitch. And don't forget to add your stitch marker so you'll know where the next round begins. Then place another single crochet into that same stitch. And that's your first increase. Continue working 2 single crochets into each stitch all the way around. When you worked 2 single crochets into the last stitch, you should have a total of 12 stitches. Now let's start round 3. In this round we'll begin increasing again, but not in every stitch. Start by making 1 single crochet in the first stitch. And again I'm placing my stitch marker there. Then make another single crochet in the second stitch. In the third stitch we're going to increase, so place 2 single crochets into the same stitch. You'll repeat that 3 more times by making 2 single crochets followed by an increase all the way around. By the end of the round you should have 16 stitches. For round 4 you're going to start by making 3 single crochets. Then, in the 4th stitch, make an increase. Repeat that pattern, 3 single crochets followed by an increase, all the way around. By the end of the round, you should have 20 stitches. Before starting the next round, I'm just going to thread the yarn tail from the magic ring onto a needle and secure it, so the magic ring doesn't come loose. I'm leaving a little bit of the tail so you can tell the front from the back. The yarn tail marks the wrong side of the project, so that part should stay on the inside of the octopus. From round 5 to round 8, so 4 rounds in total, you're just going to make single crochets all the way around with no increases. Just keep placing your stitch marker at the beginning of each round so you don't lose count. You should have a total of 20 stitches in each round. Here I am at the end of round 5 and you can see it starting to take shape. So I'll see you at the end of round 8. After round 8, it should be nice and round like the shape of a head. For round 9, we're going to start decreasing. First, make 3 single crochets. Then, in the next 2 stitches, we're going to do a decrease. To decrease, insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Then, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up another loop. You should now have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over one last time and pull through all 3 loops. And that's your first decrease. For the rest of the round, repeat the pattern, 3 single crochets followed by a decrease, all the way around. By the end of the round, you should have a total of 16 stitches. I'm pulling up the loop on my hook a bit and placing a stitch marker in it so nothing unravels while I'm working on the face. Now that the loop is secure, I'm going to add the safety eyes and a little smile to my octopus. I'm starting with the eyes. You can place them wherever you like, but I decided to place mine between rounds 5 and 6. I placed them 4 stitches apart. Don't forget to attach the backings to the eyes so they stay in place and don't fall out. To make the smile, grab your piece of the black yarn and find the end. We're going to tie the yarn onto itself a few times at the very tip to create a small bump. The bump makes sure the yarn stays secure inside the octopus. Next, thread your yarn onto a needle. I'm placing the smile between rounds 6 and 7, just beneath the eyes. Take your needle and insert it from the inside of the octopus, through a stitch on the front. Pull the yarn through, then skip the stitch right next to it and insert your needle into the following one. Pull the yarn through again, and this creates the base of the smile. Now go slightly lower into round 7 and insert your needle into a stitch somewhere in the center between the eyes, and then slide your needle under the black line you just made. Gently pull the yarn through. Then go back through the same stitch and pull through to lock the smile in place. Now you've got a little smile. If you want it bigger or wider, you can experiment by changing how far apart you place the stitches. Once you're happy with the smile, go to the inside of the octopus and secure the yarn with a small knot or weave it in so it doesn't come loose. Then cut the yarn and you can leave a short tail inside. If you look at your stitches, you'll see they consist of 2 loops, a front loop and a back loop. For this round, we're only going to work into the front loop. Insert your hook into the loop. Since we're working in the front loop only, I recommend placing a stitch marker in the back loop of the first stitch, as we'll be crocheting into the back loops in the next round. Now take your hook through that front loop and make a slip stitch. To slip stitch, insert your hook, yarn over and pull the yarn through the stitch and the loop on your hook. And there you have your first slip stitch. I'm also placing a stitch marker in this slip stitch since it's the last stitch we'll work into on this round. Now chain 6. Make a slip stitch into the second chain from the hook. Single crochet into the next 2 stitches. Then make a half double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Next, make a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Now slip stitch into the front loop of the next stitch. And that's your first tentacle done. We'll keep making tentacles all the way around, and I'll show you one more time. So slip stitch into the front loop of the next stitch. Chain 6. Slip stitch into the second chain from the hook. Make 2 single crochets. One half double crochet and 1 double crochet. Then slip stitch into the front loop of the next 2 stitches, and now you're ready to start your next tentacle by chaining 6 again. Keep repeating that pattern, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. Now I'm finishing my 8th and final tentacle. As you can see, we have 2 stitches left to work into. Make a slip stitch into the front loop of the first stitch. And to finish off the round, we'll go back to the first slip stitch where we placed the stitch marker. This time, insert your hook through both loops and make a slip stitch. And that's it, round 10 is done, and you should now have 8 tentacles that curl up a bit. So for round 11, we're going to work into the back loops only. After working into the front loops, the back loops are now on the inside forming a small edge. There should be 16 of them. We'll start in the stitch where we placed our stitch marker and make 1 single crochet in each of the first 2 back loops. Then, in the next 2 back loops, we're going to do a decrease. Repeat that pattern, 2 single crochets followed by a decrease, all the way around. By the end of the round, you should have 12 stitches. Before we move on to the next round, grab your stuffing and fill up the octopus to give it a nice and round shape. For round 12, we're simply going to decrease all the way around. This will close up the octopus. By the end of the round, you should have 6 stitches left. From rounds 13 to 16, 4 rounds in total, you're going to make single crochets all the way around. Keep placing your stitch marker at the beginning of each round. This will form the pencil sleeve so you can easily attach the octopus to your pencil. You should have a total of 6 stitches in each round. I'll meet you back at the end of round 16. So now I'm finishing round 16 and you should have a sleeve to put your pencil into. Once you're done, cut the yarn and pull it through. To finish off the project, we're going to make an invisible fasten off. Thread your yarn onto a needle. Don't go into the next stitch where the stitch marker is, but into the one after that. I'm just removing the stitch marker first. So not this one, but this one. Pull the yarn gently through. Now go into the back loop of the stitch where the yarn tail comes from. Pull it gently so it looks like the other stitches. It should now blend in perfectly with the rest. Finish off by weaving in the yarn tail. Now your baby octopus is all done and it's time to put it on your pencil. The sleeve is made to fit tightly so it won't fall off your pencil. The first time you put it on, it might be a little tricky, but just loosen the opening a bit and it should go on easily. I hope you enjoyed making it. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more crochet projects. And if you have any ideas for other animals you'd like to see as pencil toppers, leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.